What is up, Cancer? How are you guys doing? It is time for your weekly check-in. We're going to see what's going on with y'all in the third week of September. September week 3. Remember, weekly check-ins are just a short, quick, general, energetic overview. If any of you need a personal reading, you can always just go straight to my website, tarotwithrich.com. I have a link for that right down here in the description of this video. All right, let's hop into this. Let's see what we can tell you. What can we tell Cancer universe about their situation and the person they're dealing with in the third week of September? What can we tell you? What can we tell you? How's the energy looking between Cancer and the person they're dealing with, universe? How's the energy looking? Uh-oh, strength reverse. Some of you dealing with a Leo. 2 more shuffles. Boom. 10 of Wands. 3 of Cups. Okay. 3 of Swords. All right. So some of y'all could have been dealing with a third party situation potentially. This looks, you know what? I'm getting a real specific message actually. This looks like a classic case of, you know I use the phrase a lot, they're putting on a show for you. Well, I mean that to the highest degree here. I think this person is not only putting on a show for you, but actually trying to hurt you by putting on that show for you, if that makes any sense. I don't know how successful they are with it. Some of y'all might not even be fucking watching and paying attention. That's what I would honestly advise when it comes to this kind of shit. I'll give you an example. They're out there trying to make it look like they're dating other people, you know? Like this seems like the type of person that would, okay, so let's say for example, you're a female and the person you're dealing with is a male. This seems like the type of person who would go to the greatest lengths to hang out with a female friend for one reason and one reason only. Get a picture of them together just to post it so you'll see it. Thinking, oh, you've already moved on and found someone. Or, oh, you got all these people you're messing around with now. You know, that you get the energy behind that. I'm not saying that's exactly how it's playing out, but that's an example vibrationally of what I'm seeing here. Man, I'm going to tell you what, this person hurts a lot more than you know. A whole lot more. A whole lot more. This shit right here, this is a big front. This is a big act. Oh, they're hurting a lot more than you know. Some of you could have been dealing with somebody that had an addiction issue. If so, no, they had not gotten clean. I guarantee you they're 10 times worse. 10 times worse. They're probably, for some of you, turning to addiction and whatnot to try to forget about all this. So, man, this is heavy. This is heavy as shit, man. Okay, some of you dealing with a Capricorn. I have Leo, Aries, and of course, giving you the silent treatment. That kind of comes along with it, you know. All right, let's dig them feelings up as deep as we can. Let's dig them up. Dig them up, dig them up. Let's see what we can get at the deepest level. How do they really see you? How do they really feel about you? What are their thoughts, feelings, and opinions? Hopes, dreams, and expectations. So, okay. I told you. So, pretty much most of the same cards here. A lot of the same cards coming out. Now, here I'll say this, and I gotta be careful how I say this for a general reading for the masses, but you can't really do this. But if you could, if somebody was to come to me and just say, hey, Rich, come here, look at this spread right here. How old do you think this person is based on this energy? Like I said, you can't do that. But if you could, I would say, oh shit, about 18, 19, 20 at the oldest. And I'm being generous on that because pages are like 13, 14, 15, you know, like very adolescent minded. So some of you could be dealing with somebody that's a lot younger than you, or just somebody that is incredibly immature. Incredibly. And we got this devil card here too. Look at all the same cards that came out in this spread, that came out in the last spread. All these same ones. So maybe it doesn't go much deeper than that. I think they hurt a lot more than you know. For some reason, they don't want you to know. Can't really dig in too deep as to why that is, because that's where it gets into the specifics of your situation. But for some reason, they don't want you to know. I don't know if you gave them reason to believe that they can't trust you with how they feel, or if they're just incredibly emotionally immature and they're projecting some shit onto you. I don't know. The idiosyncrasies of each one of your individual situations would give a very different answer to that. But I don't think it goes much deeper than what we already said, to be honest with you. But they are hurting a lot more than you know. A whole lot more. A whole lot more. So especially for those of you dealing with somebody who it looks like they're just having an unrealistically good time, if you like look at their social media and whatnot, and it just looks like they're just unrealistically happy, it's because they are. We've all gone through that, where you got somebody putting on a show for you, making it look like they are doing so fucking amazing. And if you buy into it, it makes you feel kind of fucking stupid, because goddamn, you weren't doing that amazing when you was with me. How are you doing that fucking good now? They're not. They're not. It's a load of horse shit. Let's get the advice here. What advice do we have for the Cancer family? Well, first things first, I would recommend that you do not pay any fucking attention to what this person's doing at all. All that's gonna do is weigh you down and hold you back. Even if it's done in secret, does not matter. You can't hide energy from the universe. I remember last year I had a client on a Zoom call who had been dating some internet public figure person who has like a podcast or something. And she came to me, she's like, he keeps talking about me. You know? I say, well, I mean, is he mentioning your name? No, but he's talking about me. He keeps referring to this and that, and that's me he's talking about. I said, well, don't fucking watch it. Why are you watching it? Why are you feeding it your attention? Oh, he doesn't know. I don't let him know. Is that what I said? Does it matter what he knows? All that matters is the truth. The truth is he's doing it for one reason and one reason only, to dig up under your skin. And the truth is he's winning because it's working. So how do you prevent him from winning? You withdraw your focus. You do not pay attention to it. This is where it comes down to a point where perception doesn't matter. Got to get to a point where it doesn't matter what anybody thinks you're doing. You know, you can't sit in the shadows and, you know, do something in secret. That it doesn't matter as long as nobody knows. Oh yeah, the fuck it does matter. The universe knows. The universe reads your vibration. The vibrations that are coming off of you are what's manifesting your life experience moving forward. Not what anybody thinks about you. Not what everyone thinks you're doing. Not what it looks like you're doing. Remove your energy from this altogether. Altogether. And let this person know that what they're doing has no effect on you. They got to know that. Okay? And then cross the next bridge when you get to it. But this looks like a situation that is doing nothing but weighing you down and holding you back. Don't pay attention to it. Train yourself to remove your focus from things that lower your vibration. Do you know if everybody could learn to do that, this whole game that we live in would fall the fuck apart? If everybody could train themselves to do that? It's so saddening to watch how many people are just so sucked into things. They know exactly how to get your attention. They know exactly what to get you to focus on. They know how to get you to focus on it. They know what emotional buttons to push to get you to focus on something and get a reaction out of you. You have no idea. You have no idea the power that you would have if you take control of your own focus. That thing that you know is going to piss you off. You have to understand that your body will become physically addicted to the chemicals produced by negative emotions. That's not a theory. That's not woo-woo. That is stone cold rock solid science. Your body will become addicted to the chemicals produced by negative emotions. So that means your body is controlling your mind. That means the addiction to that emotion is running the show and you don't realize it. That's why that rage bait content that floats through the internet, that shit that's designed to piss you off, you have to be able to say, I'm not focusing on that. Scroll, delete, block, unfriend, do not recommend. I'm telling you. I know I'm trailing off just a little bit, but I'm telling you, if I wish to God, if there's one thing I could do with my life and my career and my legacy, I would want everybody to understand how that works. And for everyone to take control of their own focus. This whole game would collapse. Anyway, all right, let's pull it back in. Trailed off just a little bit there, but don't pay attention to what this person's doing, dude. All right, let's see what's going on with the singles and the person that you're interested in. Singles, Cancerians, and your love interest. What's happening? Anything good happening? Anything bad happening? Anything happening at all? Two of Swords. No decision being made. Oh, you know what? You know what this is telling me? I'm thinking you're walking away from this and accepting some other love offer from somewhere else. That's what this is saying. Been patient, patiently waiting to see where this is going, to see if a decision is going to be made or whatever needs to be done to take this connection to the next level. And it's not. It's not. The person that you're dealing with is just sitting there with their thumb up their ass. So it's going to get to a point where, first of all, you're going to kind of start losing interest anyways. But a new doorway of opportunity is going to open. Boom. Here comes some other love offer from somewhere else. You're like, you know what? Fuck that shit. Boom. I'm walking away from this and starting something new with somebody else. Some of you dealing with a Saggy. Do I have anything else? No, I don't. Okay. Okay, well, that's a pretty straightforward message there. Let's see their feelings, energies, and intentions. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. Kind of seems like a superficial, surface level, like materialistic kind of person. Yeah, their number one priority is surface level, superficial shit, you know? Money and, you know, finance and things, which there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get it twisted for a minute. I'm not one of these fake spiritual public figures that's going to try to tell you that money is bad. No, the fuck it's not. I'm not saying that. Money is awesome. We all love money. I'm all about it. Fucking go make your bread, buy all the fucking toys you want, go have all the experiences you want. I'm all for it. What I'm not for is in a situation like this where that you think that's the end all be all. Right? That's the end of what kind of car I drive is what is the most important thing about me. My drip. I feel secondhand embarrassment for these idiots who get on social media just be look at my drip. Look at my drip. Got a $400 shirt, $600 shoes. Look at my drip. It's like you look like you remind me of a baboon. Like that's why the aliens won't talk to us. That's why. Anyway, don't get me started on that. That's what is a bad thing when it comes to money. When people think that material things, and maybe it's not just money, that's not the only way that energy manifests itself. When you just stay on the surface and you're more concerned with how things look than how things actually are, then that's a problem. I would rather everyone think I'm living a certain lifestyle on social media and be fucking miserable than to actually work towards building the life I want and nobody has a clue what I'm doing on social media, right? That's what I'm talking about. And that's kind of what I'm feeling like is happening here. I'm thinking that the universe is helping you dodge a bullet here, okay? That's what's happening here. The universe is helping you dodge a bullet. It's taking the trash out for you, basically. This is not somebody that you need in your life. And hopefully, I think the majority of you are starting to see that and starting to realize that. That's why leading up to another door of opportunity opening, the passion is starting to kind of dwindle away a little bit, you know? So, yeah, okay. Again, could be an Aries for some of you. Also have Aquarius, Taurus, Aries again. Eight of Cups. Again, they'll walk away from something too. I think this person's the type of individual that'll walk away from something when it gets too deep. If you threaten the integrity of the facade that they're putting on, then that's when they'll run. If you get close to finding a chink in their armor and weaseling in there and figuring out what's really going on down at the deepest level, that's when they'll get scared and run. They have an image to uphold, God damn it. I have an image to uphold. I have a reputation. I can't deal with all this people finding out the truth about me nonsense. I can't deal with you knowing who I really am, right? Does this need advice? I think this is a perfect example of a situation that doesn't need advice, but let's see. Let's just see. What advice do we have? Ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. I think I already told you all this, didn't I? I told some sign this a day or two ago. Try not to let it blow up and turn into some bullshit. Try not to let that happen. I know sometimes you don't always have all that much control over it, but do the best that you can to try to minimize or mitigate any drama that may pop off, especially if a new door of opportunity opens. Because when this kind of shit happens, it creates karma. And that's not a guaranteed deal breaker, but it is a big unnecessary load of bullshit energy that is going to impede the flow of anything that you have going on from that point forward. If you step into a new relationship, that energy is going to fuck with it. Doesn't matter. The primary law is the law of vibration. You can't run from it. You can get on a plane and fly to the other side of the planet. Doesn't matter. If you create this right here, this is going to affect everything you do moving forward. So I would say, I hate to sound cliche, but actions speak louder than words. When a person shows you who they are, believe it, and just slowly back away. A new doorway of opportunity opens. Don't hesitate. I would take it a step further. Don't wait for a new door of opportunity to open before you release something that doesn't serve your highest good. Don't wait. We got a lot of people out here clinging to something toxic because they would rather do that than sit by themselves for a little bit. That's a problem. That is heartbreaking. I've actually heard people say, and I quote, "I won't leave this person because I don't want to die alone." Being trapped in a toxic relationship feels better than being alone? That's heartbreaking, dude. I can't imagine the war that you're fighting with yourself on the inside. I know a thing or two about waging war on yourself. Those of you who have heard my story, you know I know a thing or two about not being happy. I can't comprehend preferring a toxic relationship over being alone. I can't comprehend that. Makes no sense to me. But yeah, for those of you wondering whether or not walking through a new open door of opportunity is okay, you got the green light. All right. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Cancerian family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description of the video. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.